Hi everyone, my name is Olatunde and welcome to Ginaja TV on the Big Mic show again. I just want to say that we have some special pointers to make comments about today. We are actually zeroing in on Nigeria and the events that are currently taking place. More precisely, the security issue that is actually happening in Nigeria. Um, as it is right now, it's really practical to actually say that the situation is actually endemic. We can't just say that, oh, we have some, bandits there, right there. No, the things are really, really getting bad. You know, it's teaching time, saves nine. That is precisely what is going on. The government really need to actually take some serious action as it is. It's just unbelievable that in the midst of all this, this security issue that is actually taking place, we seems to I can understand that people have to still live their normal lives, but it's almost like we're playing a game of chance. People are traveling, people are not exactly safe. I think we're actually going to start, I think on the lighter moment, first of all, well, if we can call it that. Um, this is actually taking us straight to in the United States, and it's about a girl who basically is into OnlyFans. I'm sure a lot of people actually know about that story. Now, the issue about this is it's the story of a girl, um, a 19-year-old OnlyFans earning millions online, and it's about the dad actually owns a small business, cash strapped, and she actually helped actually paid off his tax debt and bought him a flashy new car. You know, it says a teenage OnlyFans who grew up on food stamps is now making so much money selling, sexy content online that she's able to pay off her parents' debt. Sophie Rain, who has over 11 million followers on social media, recently surprised her folks by clearing the $15,000 they own in property tax and has also bought them a brand new car and fridge. The Nigerian says our dad was so overwhelmed by a generous guest that he was left in tears. My dad, who managed, a restaurant, had mentioned to me that he was worried about not having enough money to pay his taxes, said Sophie, who is from Miami but currently lives in Tampa, Florida. So, I mean, the in a nutshell, what really happened is that the dad had some financial issues, and she's been, a member of OnlyFans, and she's made this money from displaying her body, basically tantalizing men, you know. And at the end of the day, she's made so much money. Now, the real issue here for me is this. A lot of people will probably say, well, I mean, what she did to her, her dad, this is like, you know, um, shall I say, a catch 22? Because how do you, I mean, how do you deal with this? She's having, it's, I mean, OnlyFans is almost like, let's just put it, is soft porn, or just say it's porn. You can't just say soft porn, okay? Let's just call it what it is. It is porn. Maybe people are not getting physical there, but it is actually porn. And the sad thing about this is this, she, on one hand, it's like she's helped her dad. And the dad basically has said, oh, we are supporting you in what you're doing. And I mean, oh, how do you deal with that? To actually have your daughter, you know, honestly, I'm finding it very difficult to judge the man, but the truth of the matter is that it's still not right. So because we need money, so what if somebody else, maybe a different family now, the family, the dad is broke, mom is broke, everybody is broke, so they have a son, and the son actually goes out to actually steal, rob a bank, then after robbing the bank, brings all the money, Probably won't didn't tell the parents or anything, or the parents have an idea and it's like, okay, dad, I've done my business, but here is $1 million for you. Would that be right? You know, it's not a justification. It won't be right. This sort of thing is, I mean, it's such a twister that it's quite difficult for anybody to be able to justify this sort of thing. So at the end of the day, she's made a lot of money, bought expensive cars, and whoa. Anyway, so now from Miami, now we're heading down to Nigeria. What I actually want to talk about here is it's about the security situation in Nigeria, like I said earlier. Now we have a story of bandits basically changing, strategy. From saying, "Oh, we are hungry, we are being sidelined," to a situation whereby now they are now shouting, I mean, you need to see it yourself. They are actually shouting some slogans, which sort of has now become a sort of religious slogan. And let me just pull this up here. This is it's I don't know. We need to get a grip on things. We definitely need to get a grip on bandits everywhere. So in this story here, it says bandits kill policeman, vigilante in Sokoto and take their two AK-47 rifles. So it says gunmen have reportedly killed one policeman and a vigilante on patrol in Sokoto State. It was learned that the incident occurred around 3 a.m. on Monday at Kwanan uh, Melgoma along Sokoto Bodinga Road. Although the spokesman of the Sokoto Police Command could not be reached at the point of filing this report, a senior police officer who spoke on condition of anonymity confirmed the attack to our reporter. According to him, the operatives were caught unaware by the gunmen who came in white Elox. The gunmen met the operative at a checkpoint along Sokoto Bodinga Road and opened fire on them. They killed one policeman and a vigilante and went away with the two AK-47 rifles. Their bodies were deposited at the mortuary of Usmanu Dan Fodio University Teaching Hospital. Now, look, I just feel that certain assessments, I believe, security-wise, will have been carried out by security operatives in assessing what the risks are. Why I just don't think is actually right to just have two people in an area that is a bedrock, of I mean, being a bedrock of banditry. Why would you just leave two people there? I mean, it's just a waste of human life, a waste of a precious human life. Those guys are probably, a father, a son, an uncle. It's just unbelievable. This thing is just getting seriously. This is crazy, and we're all pretending like everything is fine. It's just unbelievable. And every day we're getting reports like this coming in, you know, and what exactly is being done? It's almost like, I mean, there's some other story we're going to actually share because one of the reasons, the other things that are happening around Nigeria, positive things and all that, but I think that we just actually need to be making some, we actually need to be highlighting these issues because you know, it's almost like we're getting desensitized to these things and it's creeping closer and closer. There was a time, a few months ago, things seems to be on the low. All of a sudden, these guys are emboldened. They are coming out, they're even on Twitter, they're coming out in all the various not all, but on some social medias, abusing the president, destroying Nigerians' lives. Now, all these guys do is that once they are broke, they just come on the road. I'm like, okay, let's pick a couple of buses there. Let's just line up some few people and that's it. Nobody. Emirs in the north are being, it's totally unfair. They are being picked off, even with their security details, which to me amounts to nothing. Commissioners, politicians are being kidnapped left, right, and center. I mean, look, these guys are wearing camouflage. Should we not be asking, are we at war? I keep asking this question because it's almost like we're just sitting ducks. You know what it is when a duck is sitting in water, totally oblivious to what is actually happening around. Nobody's doing anything. The security, the soldiers are they're trying their best, but I think, look, we actually need to have maybe a national emergency. There have to be an awakening. We need to take steps. The government need to actually take proper charge. There need to be steps taken to actually protect lives and properties. In some places, like for those that live in Abuja, honestly, I don't actually know how they do it because some of these people some of these bandits will just come in. Go on the social media. There is so much news. Women, men being kidnapped at random, anyhow. It's like there are people who just come out now looking for people to grab, and they lived amongst us. Most of them now. We're dealing with Boko Haram, we're dealing with, bandits, we're dealing with kidnappers. Nigerians have never had it so bad. And I'm not just going to say, oh, the federal government. It's actually much more than that. Look, the government, politicians, they are a reflection of the wider society. They are a representation. We ourselves are guilty. Yes, we ourselves are guilty because when things are we don't if we have people in government who are our relatives or our friends and we benefit, no, we don't complain. There's so many other issues about this that are so many other examples that I can actually bring forward that I can actually mention. I mean, look, honestly, I'm just determined that every day I'm going to be talking about this, and I'm actually going to see how I can actually bring some security analysts, on board because somebody has to be making sense of this. Somebody has to talk about this. They need to tell us exactly what is going on. What are the steps that the government, our citizen being warned? We don't have any campaign awareness with Nigerians to say, look, this is what you should do. How do okay, we're not allowed to carry guns. How do Nigerians defend themselves? Men and women. Have we not seen those videos? Those who have been kidnapped, serious abuse. A lot of us will not even wish that on our worst enemy. I can assure you. To have men and women, the women especially, good Lord, being raped, being assaulted, being treated anyhow by these beasts. I don't know why, we are just leaving them to do all this rubbish, killing the citizens anyhow, asking for ridiculous amounts, billions, millions. This is madness. And we are all like just going about. We're happy. I mean, yeah, we should be happy because we deserve to be happy. But there is fire burning. And what are we doing? We're just sitting down like, okay. I don't see any campaign awareness, informing citizens about, we should have some strategy in place, some plans in place. There should be a sort of alert to say, look, when things are happening, to inform citizens, to give them, a heads up that, look, there seems to be bandits in this area, at least the very least, because we're not allowed to carry weapons. Why don't we have like a campaign for Nigerians to say, look, these are some of the ways that you could defend yourself. There was an incident, I think about some few days ago, there was an incident that where I can't remember, I think in Zamfara state, those guys defended themselves. They killed almost, I think, about 35, 37 bandits. These guys are so emboldened. They are not even covering their face, right in the camera, telling the president of Nigeria wanka. A lot of people were laughing, saying, but we don't know. You see, when they abuse the president, they are abusing all of us. So you can laugh. Whether you voted for him or not is totally irrelevant. You can talk about the economic, look, we have the economic issues and all. That is a different ballgame entirely. That is not an excuse. You know, we have all these people coming in from Mali. We have all these elders coming from Mali. Nigeria is now seen as a soft touch. They are informing each other, please come to Nigeria. You make money. We'll just be grabbing them just like that. But that's the reality. That's the reality. As they are getting more emboldened, what do you think is going to happen? How on earth are people going to be protected? What is the assurance? The security operatives are doing their best, and there are a few minorities who are compromised, who are actually compromised, who has been alleged that they are giving information to all these people. This situation is an existential threat to the existence of Nigeria. If nothing is done, if we leave it like this, hmm, I don't even know what to say about that. So let me show you the next thing. This is just I mean, we can't definitely continue like this. Seriously, we can't. We can. Now there's another one again. Now this is not Boko Haram. They are having. I don't know whether they are having a festival. All the bandits and the, you know, bandits, kidnappers, the terrorists. When we say terrorists, let's call Boko Haram what they are. They are terrorists. You don't call them any other name other than they are terrorists. We don't have to call them. Are they defenders or what? We have to call them. There are some. I understand that there are some measures put in place whereby those who have recounted, who have now have a change of heart. But we've heard stories of those same people. You know, we've had the story of those same people. They put them through like a sort of should I say a psychological reorientation. To actually bring them back. And I'm thinking, is it working? Are they checking the data to see that those data actually add up? Are they being? I mean, what is the percentage? Because we're not here to fool ourselves. There's no sentiment must not be allowed to come in here. There's nothing like they are my people, so let's protect our people, because these people are killing Christian Muslims. They don't care. They don't care. And they are very wise, because in some occasions when they catch where they have Christians, I mean, come on, Nigeria is evenly divided, Christian, Muslims. So what they will do is that sometimes they will release the Muslims, then they will take the Christian, making it sound like, oh, we are against Christian, but which is a lie, because we know that they've taken Muslims as well and they've dealt with them the same way. Nigeria is a great country that has great prospects. I don't believe in people who actually go around or who are outside the country talking down the country. If you talk down your country, then you're a big fool. Because you think that where you are is so golden, is El Dorado, is heaven. Every single nation on earth. Go to America. America has this problem as well. The Americans at the moment need to actually elect Donald Trump for America's glory to return. Well, it's, yeah. So let's see the next one. The Boko Haram hits. This one is Boko Haram now. Everybody is just having, they're just having a field day. Their supporters are there. We've had a former governor that was bold enough. A former governor, El Rufai. I don't look, I don't normally talk about the man itself, but during the time of Buhari, he came out and said, yes, we brought people in. We brought people in because we thought Jonathan would leave. Those guys, I understand, are the ones that have now become what? An albatross on the neck of Nigeria and is walking around. Free man. Said all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Let's look at this one. Right. Boko Haram hits Mafe Yobe, kills many, set houses on fire. Gunmen are suspected to be Boko Haram insurgents, looted and set ablaze shops and houses in Mafa village in Tamua local government area of Yobe State. DSP Dongos Abdul Karim, the Yobe Police Command spokesman, made this known to the news agency of Nigeria in Damaturu, the state's capital, on Monday. We are yet to ascertain the number of lives lost in the incidents, which occurred at about 4 p.m. on Sunday in the remote village. The incident was reported to Tamua Divisional Police Station by Babagana Goni and Bako Ibrahim, both residents of Mafa. Suspected Boko Haram terrorists armed with rifles and RPG attacked Mafa Ward on more than 50 motorcycles and set ablaze many shops and houses. The terrorists also killed many people, but we are yet to ascertain the actual number of the casualties, the spokesman said. He said the government also dropped some flyers with Arabic inscription. NAN reports on Friday, terrorists also attacked a private school in neighboring Gaydam, killing 3 students and injuring 1. I mean, honestly, I mean, look at that. Nigerians are being hit from every side. From every side. No place is, there is no area is off limit to these mad people. No place is safe. No place is safe. These people are just coming in from everywhere. I would have actually expected that, look, there will be some, honestly, I'm repeating myself, be some sort of campaign where the government will sensitize, we advise how they can defend themselves, albeit even without weapons, how we can organize ourselves. Because the people in Nigeria who are sane, who are law abiding, are much more than these crazies, these psychopaths, these cowards. I call them cowards because they're going around fully armed with RPG into a village, for God's sake. Those people, they have hoes and cutlasses, which they're actually using, in doing their domestic stuff around. And they are carrying AK-47. When I look at some of the videos of these guys who actually do TikTok, put themselves on there, they are laughing and they are confident that nothing will happen to them. What is going on? What is going on? Where our soldiers are being killed, anyhow. Policemen are being shot down anyhow. All sorts of things is just, it's almost as if the lives of Nigerians don't really matter. I don't see the urgency to address the situation. We just see, I only see people, a few people coming out to, to say that, look, this thing is getting worse. But the attention and the urgency is not there. It's not there at all. We can't see the urgency. We can't see. I've never had any bulletin being given to say that Nigerians should watch out and things and all that. We are not seeing it because in this day of social media, we should be able to see. Those things will be passed on around. Nigerians are not being mobilized to be vigilant, so that like they say, to see who is suspicious, walking amongst us. If you are traveling now from between Lagos and Ibadan now, it's almost like Russian roulette. Most people would rather actually travel by air if they can afford it. The things that we take for granted when you're traveling by road, you stop occasionally places, you sit down, you dare not try. I think now you can't just sit down anywhere and just say that, okay, let me have a quick drink here before I actually continue on my journey. These people will come out and most time you can't even tell the difference because they are wearing camouflage like soldiers. How do we know? Look at the one that actually happened in Ondo. In the church there, they went there, just wasted the people. The people were there just praying. And they were shooting at them as if they are combatants, cowards. Bloody, it's an extreme coward that will actually be looking to shoot civilians. Except there is no God, then they will get away with it. I pray, honestly, I'm saying this extremely passionately, that they will turn their sword against themselves. Those who are alleged to be sponsoring them, they will be their first victim. And God will expose them. Because if the government is not taking stringent steps to actually secure the lives and properties of Nigerians, the lives especially, properties can be replaced. Then God will leave his own people. Because Nigerians actually deserve better. We don't deserve this. We don't. There is no proper human being. I use the word proper. There's no sane human being that will see how people are being dealt with. I say it again, please. If you have the stomach for it, go and watch some of the videos and see evil cowards killing women, children in ditches. I saw some, it's on the social media. In a village, they shot them down. Brave guys telling the president one car. Where's the outrage? No, we don't. Oh, sorry, he's from the wrong part of the country. Whether you vote for him or not, this is the time that Nigerians ought to actually come together to fight this menace. The other situation we have, we can only sort it out. We are sitting down behaving as if it doesn't concern us. Since we have our own private security, we are good. Any other person can go and die. That seems to be the story of Nigeria now. This is the one. This is another one here that talks about the bandits now fighting. He said bandits now seems to be fighting for Allah. A Kaduna-based Islamic cleric, Ahmad Gumi. I mean, honestly, I don't really have opinion about this man, seriously, because I don't exactly know. There's so many things, Well, he has accused the Nigerian authority of turning bandits operating in northwest, north central Nigeria into religious fighters like Boko Haram, operating in the country northeast. This man said a recent video of a jubilant terrorist kingpin, this menace, this thing called Bello Toji, and his armed bandits celebrating victory over the Nigerian military. This is misleading because he didn't have what the story was is basically that the soldiers were actually on their trail. I think they were tracking them because they heard they were going to have a meeting, and the truck, the military mine resistant armor personnel got stuck in the mud. Those guys, they bumped it down. They took pictures almost like, giving, it's like a propaganda video. They were showing it. I'm not going to show it. I've got the video here, but I'm not going to show that. They were shouting, in fact, they were making this kind of noise, the kind of slogans that only terrorists will make. And Mr. Gumi in a Facebook post said the video uploaded by Mr. Toji's group. Why would even Facebook allow this sort of thing to be on Facebook, for God's sake. You can't use the word killed on Facebook. They will take you down. But this guy can upload his video. A terrorist. This is double standard. I will be making a complaint to Facebook. You know, if we have a standard, let's stick to it right across board so that the platform will not become a mouthpiece. I believe in free speech, but that free speech has there's a place where there's you cross the line. There is no longer anyone that actively, I'm not talking of the woke interpretation of free speech, where you actually say that you have some moral grounds to say some things, then it's turned against you that, oh, you are, because you disagree that, as a Christian, there are certain things that we can't say as Christians. Then somebody comes and is actually, saying all sorts of crazy things aside of that, and we think it is okay. No, that's not what I'm talking about. This guy is a terrorist and is being allowed to put the video of a Nigerian armed personnel burning that they burnt, and Facebook did not take it down. That is just so wrong. This is no, this can't be right. So he said the video showed the group had abandoned their initial fight against marginalization, because that was what they were saying before. So he now said, so now they are now trying to use religion now. They're now trying to use religion to say all sorts of things now. That's what they're trying to do. Like I said earlier, where they kidnap, innocent civilians. What do they do? So in order to create enmity, so they will release all the Muslims and then will take all the Christians with them. You know, they will go to schools, girls' schools, pack all the girls. The fact that we could not even trace them and find them until almost like 10 years, 15 years later with children. I'm sorry, but it's a shame on us. In fact, it's a shame on the leadership. The leaders who have been in leadership under their watch, even after the government of Jonathan, the government the administration of President Jonathan and Buhari, is shame on them. Seriously, it's shame on them. For them not to have rescued those children, those Christian girls, they allowed these people to bastardize them. It's a shame. I call it a shame of a nation. So we are that helpless, or the will to really find this thing. If these people were our family members, would we allow them to go like that? Who has been punished for this? No one. We even take them and said that they said they are sorry, and we brought them. They put them clothes, and they are clapping. Then they go back and commit. There are some that they even put inside they even brought some reintegrate, put them inside the Nigerian military. One of them killed. It was in the news recently. Killed an army officer. And I'm thinking, are we all right? Are we thinking straight? Why would we risk the lives of our personnel by putting such elements? People like that, if they have recounted, we should put them in far from anything that has to do with the military or that has to do with security. They should not. That is what common sense actually says. How can you trust them? A lot of them will just come and recount. They know what they are doing. They come and learn exactly what they were doing, and they go back as soon as they are released. Just because they put white khaki or whatever white stuff they put on them, dressed up, they said, "Oh, they are now okay now." Hello, who is fooling who? Why are these people doing this to Nigerians? I believe in second chances. It's just really sad. Seriously, it's really, really sad. So the last but not the least, another bandit, you know, another bandit attack. Before, all you see is just maybe one in 1 week or one in a month. Now it's hour by hour. And you want to tell me that we should just fold our arms and just be looking like Mugu? It says just in terrorists attack Gaki community in Sokoto State, kill 3, abduct several others. Bandits attack residents of the Gaki community in Sabon, Beni, local government area of Sokoto. I think this is about the two different I believe this is about two different incidents that actually took place in Sokoto, leaving a trail of destruction and chaos in their way. The bandits opened fire on suspecting residents, killing 3 people on the spot. Several others were abducted, taken away by the bandits. Their fate currently remain unknown. When their local heads, like some emirs, are being taken, what's so? What do you think these people would do to ordinary the farmers and all? We are not fighting back. The Nigerian soldiers, they are trying their best. The This is just more than just the Nigerian army. This has to be our security is collectively. This is not the one that will say that don't let us get it. Every Nigerian should look for something to defend themselves. We have better defend ourselves. Whatever you can find in your house, you better harm yourself so that we will not become victims. Because the worst thing we can actually do in this life is to be found without any form of defense. We don't have guns. So whatever, whether it is stick, whether it is cutlass that you have been cutting your grass, whatever it is, always put it nearby. Because if the state is not telling us how we're going to do it, people should form community group, work alongside this with the security services to protect lives. Because the enemy that we're dealing with, it doesn't have PTO. They don't send us. They have said all manner of things. They have said that we are not human beings. They have said that they own the land. So they are seeing Nigeria as a soft touch. Honestly, when we, a people of over 200 million, how many are these people? And we can't defend ourselves. Anyway, well, this is where I stop. So we'll be back again tomorrow. Just want to say thank you very much. I'm just hoping that we'll all be able to, that's something positive. But I have to bring some guests in, honestly, because maybe we'll bring in private security analysts to give us some advice how our people can defend themselves without breaking the law. But the truth of the matter is this: please, we have to defend ourselves. We have to defend ourselves. Our women, our children, we have to defend them. Everybody that calls himself a man in Nigeria needs to rise up and form groups where we can, whether you are traveling, maybe when people are traveling about that, maybe they should travel in groups, in a convoy, if that is what it has come to. That's what it's come to. We can't just sit down. These people are just picking us up. You see, when we don't work together, they pick anybody up. They know what they are doing. Nigerians have to come together and set aside tribal sentiments now. There is no tribal sentiment because the enemy we are dealing with does not care about whether you are a northerner or you're easterner or westerner, whatever tanner you are. They don't give a toss. On one hand, they're using the economic situation in the country as a pretext. If there are people who have been found to be behind them, as being alleged in some quarters, expose them because we are all at risk. This is what we need to do. We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice at all. Thank you, everyone. And it's from me. It's good night and God bless. Thank you.